Hi everyone, it's John here from See You on the Start Line podcast. Well, we're back into 2025 and things have really been happening with us here at CJM'S events. Christmas was a fairly quiet period for us, and the new year spent a lot of time with planning for our up and coming events throughout 2025. And we hope that everybody out there had a fantastic Christmas and New Year and got plenty of training in for running or biking events for 2025. We had the Aotearoa Ultra Marathon on the 11th of January, was our first event, so New Year was hardly been and gone, and we were right into setting up for the Aotearoa Ultra Marathon. It was a fantastic event held on over in Banks Peninsula in Canterbury, and of the 90-odd participants that were there, it was amazing that 26% of these were international competitors from all around the world, naturally being international, but we had Australians, we had people from the UK, we had French, we had Canadians, I think it was Ukraine. It was just incredible, the people that actually had come to the event, and the feedback we got on the course was that it was the course itself was up to international standards with amazing views throughout and challenging, changed terrain. While it's deemed to be on roads, the roads when you have only one vehicle a day going past, and that's probably been generated by the event, it's pretty spectacular where they're running and the experiences they had, especially going across Mount Herbert this year as the weather sort of came in, and for some of the participants visibility was very, very low and a lot of wind, and some experienced rain, some had some sunshine, so it was a mixed bag coming across Mount Herbert, but everyone thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you're looking for a real challenge for 2026, for your ultra marathons, you've got to put Aotearoa Ultra Marathon in your calendar for that. We've got the 101k, which was just over 13 hours it took, and then we have the 53k, which 5 hours is yet to be broken for that event, and then the 15k, no one has ever broken an hour for that part of the run. So Aotearoa Ultra Marathon was held on the 11th of January, and then we jumped straight in, packed out the gear from Horswell Quarry and took it across to Rosendale Wines Vineyard for the wine run. Now this is just a spectacular event as well, but it's so different. It's one of those ones that you probably read about that happens overseas, but what it is, it's right here in our own backyard here in Canterbury, and it's was held at Rosendale Wines Vineyard over in Horswell and on Toe Tap Road. What it is, it was a 5k run. You run a k, have a wine tasting and cheese and crackers, do another k, have wine tasting, cheese and crackers, and another, and the same options, and another, and then when you get to the finish line, you get a memorabilia glass, and then you can have your very favourite wine that you experienced out on the trail. Or if you didn't want a wine, you can have a beer or a cider or whatever. But it was a fantastic afternoon into the evening. Started at 4:30 and wound up at 9 o'clock. It was just fantastic seeing all the mixed ages that were out there. Ages varied from 18 years to 74 years. 73% were female, and there were just on 20% of people from outside of Canterbury. People came from Waipapa in the north, up in Northland, and Gore down in Southland, and from all over. A big contingency came from Otago, which was really cool, and we seemed to get the Dunedin Stunners. I don't think they've actually missed an event, and there were like 10 or 12 of those ladies come up from Dunedin, and they have a great old time. And a lot of other people come to the event by meeting people, meeting up, some of them coming from all different parts of the country. They meet in Christchurch and then come on out to wine run. So it is absolutely fantastic. And there's buses to and from the event. So again, if you're looking for a bit of light-hearted event, there is exercise in it. We had the three blind mice won one of the best dress competitions, and the other best dress competition were 4 nurses as well, who were dressed up as nurses, and it really went down really well. So now we move into a pretty exciting time over the next few weeks. This weekend we have a break, not really a break, but it's a trip over to the coast to get a lot of the gear over there, getting all set up for Gold Trail. Now, Gold Trail is a fantastic ride from Shantytown to Lake Moana and Lake Brunner. So the event starts on the main street of Shantytown. So if you ever want to ride a bike down the main street of Shantytown, now's your chance. So the race starts at 9:30 in the morning outside the Golden Nugget Hotel, and the Kainga steam train blows the whistle and the race starts, and it's just awesome watching the riders come out of Shantytown on their bikes. The lead one's going like a bat out of hell, and the last one's a lot slower. The first year when we did it, we had 330 riders coming out of Shantytown, and we thought something was wrong with the video because we wondered why it went into slow motion, where it took, I think it was 3 minutes to get everybody out of Shantytown. The front ones were flying out, and the back ones were going so slow, just taking their time riding out. We thought that the video something had gone wrong with it, and that it slipped into slow motion. But no, it was just actually the speeders of those tail-end riders that were going through there. But the riders go from Shantytown, they go up Rutherglen Road, and then go in a road called Mosquito Creek. This is private land forestry roads with Ngā Tahu and now West Coast Forestry. So they go up Mosquito Creek onto Ogilvy's Road, then Mary Creek Road, Dobson Road, go around the dairy farm on Elephant Road, Dobson Road, Arnold Valley Road, Thomas Brunner Drive, in through past Moss Farm and Bee Farm, through a subdivision, across the swing bridge, and then down the main street of Moana at Lake Brunner, and finish outside the hotel Lake Brunner, where we say there's a nice cold Monte's beer waiting for you at the finish. A great event. It caters for everyone. We have a lot of people go participate in e-bikes just for the ride. There's 4 hours is the cut-off for it, and there is a cut-off after 27 Ks. I think there's just on 3 hours to be at that point there. It is really cool, and something if you haven't entered yet, entries actually close this Sunday. So you want to really get into that one. It's great. Fantastic atmosphere, and everyone loves the atmosphere at the finish. Philip Barnett puts on a great show at the Hotel Lake Brunner out on the deck there. Prize giving's held on the road. We closed the main road in Moana, and it's just a really cool afternoon from there on. And basically afterwards, you can get transport back to get your car at Shantytown from Moana, or I think there's only 2 seats left in the morning where you can stay at Moana and get yourself and your bike and be taken out to Shantytown. So then you can put your feet up and have a beer afterwards in Moana. Or after prize giving, you can get a ride back, and we transport all the bikes back to Shantytown, and you can carry on with what you want to do on the Saturday night in Greymouth, or head back home, whichever you choose to do. From there, we pack up and then we head to Hampton Springs. Now, this is going to be for the Graveler, and the Graveler is basically New Zealand's ultimate gravel bike race, and this is held at Hanmer Springs, the start and finish. The start is at the top of Jack's Pass, just past the top, where the intersection of Tophouse Road and Molesworth Road, and riders then go up Molesworth Road, or Akron Road. It's Akron Road, Molesworth Road. Some people call it one name, some call it the other, but it goes all the way up through Molesworth Station. You get to Severn Bridge. This is about 55k up the road, and you take a left into the 7 Sedgemoor Road. Now, the 7 Sedgemoor Road is only open for 5 to 6 weeks a year, and this is the last weekend that it will be opened, and it gives us the opportunity for riders to go across Molesworth Station. They go up through Tarndale Homestead, by Tarndale Homestead, and the airstrip by Sedgemoor Lake, and then they pop out onto Rainbow Road and then come all the way down Rainbow Road again, down to the top of Jacks Pass, down Jacks Pass, and then into the Hamner Springs to the finish. This is 132 kilometres of gravel. There's 400 metres of tar seal. That's at the bottom of Jacks Pass, and just as you come into the Hamner Springs domain, and then we've got 70 metres on the grass to the finish. You can see why this is truly New Zealand's ultimate gravel bike race, and we have some outstanding riders taking part this year in the ride. So if you haven't entered yet, like Gold Trail, entries close on the Sunday, the 26th of February. If there are still vacancies after when entries close, we will open for late entries. We are limited on entries for both of those events with our dock concessions, as we're go through dock land for Gold Trail, and Molesworth Station is also on dock land, so that there is basically a full dock area, so there's a lot of respect got to be done for that. For fire, we have to have fire extinguishers and shovels in our vehicles that are out there to make sure nothing happens untoward. So if you haven't ever experienced Molesworth Station, and there's very few Kiwis that ever have, per annum there's only around 12,000 vehicles that travel along those roads per year. Not like the Christchurch Southern Motorway, where we hold the Christchurch Motorway Half Marathon, where there's 30,000+ vehicles a day. So just think about a third of the vehicles that go along this Christchurch Southern Motorway travel the whole for the whole year in Molesworth. So in the race, you might meet one car or two cars if you're lucky. So if you haven't entered the Graveler, go to thegraveler.co.nz to enter. Then the following weekend, we are on the Southern Motorway with the Christchurch Motorway Half Marathon, starting and finishing at the Canterbury A&P Park. And this is one of the fastest courses for half marathon in New Zealand, because you've got no corners in it really. There's a couple of bends and one stop go control when you cross Marsh's Road. So it's an out and back course. There is something for everyone for this one. On the 23rd of February, there is the half marathon, the 10K, the 5K, and a 2K Kids Dash, which will be held in the Canterbury A&P Park. It might be more like 2.25K, but it's great to be able to, the children be able to be seen for all throughout the whole laps of their run as well. When the runners go out and back in, there'll be great viewing from them coming to the finish line. So if you haven't registered for the Christchurch Motorway Half Marathon on the 23rd of February, we urge you to get into that and go to motorwayhalf.co.nz to enter. So there's a lot happening, a lot coming up right through to the end of February. And then right on the start of March, on the 8th of March, we have got Run Mount Hutt. Now, this is going to be fantastic. It's the inaugural event, and you can look up to the Southern Alps any day of the week, and it's standing right out there in front of you is Mount Hutt. So you're going to get the great opportunity to run Mount Hutt. That will start at the Awa Rata Reserve, and known by a lot of locals as McLennan's Bush, and you'll go up Scott Saddle Track to the Mount Hutt Skifield Road, run up the Mount Hutt Skifield Road, right up to where the bungee jump base is, turn around there and come all the way back to the finish. Those who aren't up for the 25K, can do the 12K, which you run just up past Rocky, the big rock that's up there, turn around there and come back to the where you started from. So there's two options. 25K is the main run, and there's 12K. Numbers for that are growing nicely for the inaugural event. Not a lot in the 12K. Everyone's looking to the 25K, which is fantastic. So might be chances for you to be on the podium if you enter the 12K. So go to runmounthut.co.nz. So that's run, runmthutt.co.nz. That's about it for our first podcast update for everybody here for 2025. And when entering, make sure you actually click through to do the, we recommend that you take out the withdrawal insurance. That is in case you have any injuries whatsoever, or just don't want to do the event, or haven't done the training, any reason whatsoever, you can cancel from the event without any questions asked. That is, it's on average it's $25 for most events. Ultra marathons it's a wee bit more, but it is beneficial to everybody. It gives us encouragement, as we know that there's entries coming in for the events. We don't want everybody to enter and then withdraw. That would be terrible. But you can enter and withdraw at any time up to 96 hours before the event, and you get your funds repaid to you just like that. So there's no worries about that whatsoever. So what I would say is enter any of our events that are there. If you want to see what events we've got coming up, go to CJM'S.co.nz, and the full list of events is all there. Click on those events and register and have the time of your life. You never know, you could be running some great PBs out there as well. So until next time, we'll see you on the start line. That next start line for us is at Gold Trail on the main street of Shantytown. Thank you.